Welcome viewers to the Saturday, November 23rd edition of 284 News. I am Jaco Wooding, bringing you our top stories from this week. Thank you so much for joining us. Minister for Communications and Works, the Honorable Kai Reimer, has reassured the public that his ministry is moving forward with vital roadworks to enhance the Virgin Islands road infrastructure. Honorable Reimer said that there are several forthcoming roadworks and closures throughout the territory aimed at ensuring the safety and efficiency of the territory's roadways. Many of the roadworks have begun already, causing severe traffic congestions all across the territory. Residents have taken to social media throughout the week, complaining of hour-long delays commuting from the eastern end of Tortola as well as the western end of the island. Director of the BVI Public Works Department, Mr. Jeremy Hodge, in an invited comment to 284 Media, apologized to motorists for the inconvenience and urged residents to exercise caution and patience as roadworks continue.
Thank you for this opportunity to give a little brief overview on the roadworks happening in the territory. First of all, apologize for the delays we've had. I know there's been a lot of traffic congestion. I know that a lot of roadworks have started on many of the roads, even on the roads, the bypass roads or detour roads that we have to detour some of the traffic. Some of those roads are also being under some type of roadworks. In the Seacoast Bay, you notice that we started some roadworks already. Those areas are to address some drainage challenges. Also, for some of those gaps where the water comes up with force to get to drains on the other side, we're putting in some concrete slabs so that after paving with the asphalt, those slabs can take the water and preserve our new asphalt roads to come.
Hodge also spoke about the challenges experienced by his department due to the recent inclement weather and detailed the extent of damage done to the road at Lower Windy Hill.
Part of the challenge too is that we had, with the weeks-long rain that we had consistently for probably the past 2 weeks and days, caused a failure on the Windy Hill Road coming from Carrot Bay on First Corner. The entire half of the road failed. Luckily, we already had a contract trying to address it before that happened. So the contractor is already out there working on it. Supposed to have the first cast for the footing of that wall tomorrow or Thursday. Following that, they will start to erect the stem of the wall. And the aim is to cast that wall next week, Thursday. Once that is done, it needs to cure for the next 3 weeks before we can backfill the wall to allow passage on that road. The road is not even fit for one-way passage. It's very dangerous. So we're asking for your patience.
Hodge reflected on the importance of exercising patience in his department's efforts to provide better roads in the territory.
Persons would call me when there's a challenge with the traffic. I know the past few mornings coming from within has been horrible, especially knowing that persons from Caribbean have no alternative but to come through the Western Road. The contractors will start later, about 10 a.m., to allow the rush hour to get through. I ask you to take your time and again be patient with us as you drive through the area. The roads have been excavated, so it's going to be a bit unpleasant, but take your time. Those works in the Seacoast Bay should be over within the next 2.5 weeks, cast and ready to be motorable and everybody out of the way.
Additionally, Mr. Hodge outlined the scope of works in other areas in the BVI.
We're going to also be doing some works across the Ridge Road, and we will apply the same method where they start a little later to allow the rush hour to pass. The area at Foy Hill, that's taken a bit longer because we're sinking some water lines in the area at the same time, so the logistics has proven a bit challenging at the time. But I'd like to think that in about hopefully in 3 weeks, that contractor can be out of the way. We also aim to start some road works in the eastern area, out there between the church by Harborview through where Mr. Chilwell resident is to address this road. We will do it in a manner to not be too much of a disturbance to the traffic, but at the same time, we're asking motorists to please be patient with us.
Meanwhile, nearly 1,000 public officers across the Virgin Islands were celebrated for their 10, 20, and 30 years of service to the government of the Virgin Islands in an annual ceremony hosted at the New Testament Church of God to celebrate the public officers. This year's week of activities was observed from November 10th to November 16th under the theme Unity in Service, Our Public Service Standing Together. The week is observed annually with the aim of encouraging togetherness through friendly competition and activities between public officers. Speaking at the ceremony, Deputy Governor Mr. David Archer Jr. said he looks forward to public officers across the territory connecting with each other and celebrating the public service's dedication to advancing the Virgin Islands.
Let me conclude now by saying this. There will come a time, if not now or later, when you will look at yourself and you will say, what was my contribution? Or your brother, your sister, your auntie, or your niece, or your child would say, what did you contribute to the public service? You shape lives. You impact people. You help people dream to become deputy governors. You allow the foundation of security and health to be sure when times are not that sure. And lastly, you help the person that's next to you to also become better. And when you bring that all together, it cements one thing which is rather clear, that at the base, at the root, at the livelihood of a vibrant Virgin Islands is a strong, dedicated, committed, amazing, and intelligent public service. Congratulations for years of service, 10, 20, 30, 40, and in between. And I wish you even more as you continue to add further input into a wonderful public service. Thank you very much.
His Excellency Governor Daniel Cruz delivered remarks encouraging public officers to continue to perform at their highest standard.
I also wanted to recognize the spirit that underpins the whole point of becoming a public servant, a public officer, and that is service. You know, all of us have made a choice to devote our careers to serving our communities, to serving our societies. And this spirit of public service is something that I've felt very emphatically during my nearly 1 year here, in all of my contacts with many of the people in this room and many, many colleagues across the rest of government. That spirit of service is the thing that gets us out of bed in the morning. It motivates us to achieve as much as we possibly can in our day-to-day work, and is also the driving force around constantly striving to improve, to get better, to ensure that we are doing everything we can to deliver for the people that we serve.
Meanwhile, Permanent Secretary Mrs. Charlene Dabrio-Letsam also delivered remarks.
It's a day of celebration, and we have to celebrate with a lot of energy this morning. The first woman to serve in both houses of the United States Congress, Margaret Chase Smith, once said, "Public service must be more than doing a job efficiently and honestly. It must be a complete dedication to the people and the nation." This, in essence, is why we are here today. This is why more than 700 persons who a few years ago signed a piece of paper indicating their willingness to join the public service of the Virgin Islands, and they're still here. The truth also is that the past 10, 20, 30 plus years may not have been easy for you and may not have been nice to you. And I want to begin my remarks by just acknowledging that.
And viewers, with that, we take a quick word from our sponsors. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Father Jesus, that line you long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of the day. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes, son.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must have cut front of people.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man, forget you.
How may I assist you?
Yes.
You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
Attention Anegada residents! Attention Anegada residents! CCT is coming to you! That's right! CCT will be visiting Anegada every third Wednesday of the month. Need to pay your bill? Sign up for a new service? Or have a customer service concern? CCT has got you covered. No need to leave the island. CCT is here to make staying connected easier than ever. Mark your calendars for every third Wednesday starting October 16th and visit us for all your CCT service needs. For more information, call us at 444-4444 or follow us on any of our social media pages. See you soon, Anegada!
Welcome back and thank you so much for staying with us. We continue with news that the British Virgin Islands netball team delivered a dominant performance to secure the championship title at the inaugural Tropical Netball Tournament held at the Multipurpose Sports Complex in Roadtown, Tortola. More in this report.
The team capped off their clean sweep with a commanding 63-28 victory over the St. Croix Fly Ballers Netball Club on Sunday, November 17th. This victory marked the BVI's largest win of the tournament and solidified their status as champions in their first international competition as hosts. Their journey to the title included decisive victories in the earlier matches, with scorelines of 42-18 and 44-19 in the first and second games respectively. Well, here's a look at the highlights from the third and final game.
38-16, BVI finding a ring attack center to the goal shooter. Attempt made, but a foul call on the play. As you see, BVI regaining possession and passes to the goal attack with a shot attempt successful in this middle of the court. Center finds the goal attack converts. Teammate at the time and BVI with the possession of the play and goal attack. Looking back for the center back to the goal attack. Goal attack looks at the goal post and she converts. USVI, a nice play there by Abby again in the center. She's been really strong in that position for Team BVI. Having to be up and down the court, controlling play. She's basically the playmaker. Goal attack with a shot. Goal attack had the ball at the start of play, but referee called the right play. Goal attack converts. Back in the possession of BVI. I believe the footwork was the issue there. Finds the goal shooter. BVI with another attempt at goal and BVI moving brisk up front and wing attack, bounce pass to the goal attack. Attempt made off the rim by the inside. BVI's goal attack with the attempt there, misses. Goal shooter recovers and convert. Seconds left on the clock. I'm sure they'll not have the chance to make it just too late. BVI take the final game of the 3-match series, 63-28. A really dominant performance here by Team BVI in the 3-game series.
Center player Abby Edwards was named the tournament most valuable player, recognizing her exceptional contributions throughout the competition. Additionally, individual honors were awarded to several standout players. The Player of the Match awards went to Tammy Joseph, coach's player, Anna Robinson, opposition player, and Captain Ruth Robin, player's player. Robin also received the honors of overall best shooter and best mid-court. Robin expressed pride in the team's achievement, emphasizing their commitment to improving upon their recent performance in St. Martin.
We just came back from a tournament in St. Martin, so a few of our players were not able to be here tonight because they still are injured from that last tournament. But we came out with the intention to get our scores up and work on our defense and just keep going from the momentum that we had from St. Martin, and just to make sure that we showed the BVI what netball is about.
So did you think that you were able to accomplish this in these 3 games that you played?
Yes, we did. Because the first game we had a 20-point lead. The second game we had another 24-point lead, I believe. And in this game, yeah, we did way better in this one. So I think everyone who is watching online who were here, they can see that, yes, netball is here and it's alive and it's very interesting.
Head coach Mandy Attack commended the team for exceeding expectations, particularly their offensive prowess, which resulted in surpassing her target of 50 points in the final match.
I'm just relieved. My heart has started pounding in a positive way rather than an erratic heart attack way. No, it was great. This last match summed up how the girls can actually play, and they've shown it tonight with the score. I asked them, gave them the target of 50. And look, they went 63. What more can I ask?
Okay, what are your thoughts about the teams that you played?
The team we played, well, they totally improved over the last 3 times. They started off, I think they're just fresh to playing other people. As like us, being in small islands, we struggle to play other people. So each match they played, they got better and better. Hats off to them.
Coming off of St. Martin with a 2nd place win, tell us, how did that go?
Wow, again, the girls worked so hard. I mean, how many matches did we have? One after the other, some late, some early in the morning. I mean, the girls were worked to the bone. But thank you to Lisa Adamson. She massaged and pasted them back together again. And they came out swinging in the last section to get their 2nd place and world ranking.
The tournament victory marks a milestone for BVI netball, demonstrating the team's growth and potential to compete on a global stage. The team now looks forward to building on this success as they eye international rankings and future competitions. Reporting for 284 News, I am Kamal Haynes.
The Cane Garden Bay Baptist Church is offering free English tutoring for adults as part of a new program led by educator Rochelle Smith. The sessions held at the church in Cane Garden Bay will help participants in improving their English skills such as reading, comprehension, pronunciation, and fluency. Smith reflected on the first session held on November 14th and invited interested people to come to the next session on December 5th during the church's recent service.
We told you that we give back, right? And we know for some of us, English is a first language. For others, English is a second language. Other people, we just need a little brush up, right? We just need a little brush up. We haven't been in school for years. And so we just are piloting a new program called The Teacher is In. And that offers free, someone say free? Someone say free? Because Jesus paid it all, but free English classes. Free, can you imagine? Free English classes. But I don't want to take your thunder. Please tell them a little bit more about your initiative. That is, of course, in collaboration with the church. We had our first session this week. Woo, woo, woo! And it was awesome. So here you go. I was going to say minister. Sister Rochelle Smith.
Good morning, church. I am an English and Spanish teacher, and I love to teach. And I am happy to invite anyone and everyone who needs a little brush up. Maybe you finished school and there are certain things you're not so strong on. You didn't finish school and there are certain things you didn't understand. You have your master's degree, but your subjects and your verbs don't quite match. No matter where you fall, it's a safe space for adults to ask questions, to learn a little bit more, to just brush up your reading, your writing, your speaking, your listening. You are invited. Our next session is December 5th. It's a Thursday evening. We're going to be upstairs. I'm going to be waiting with a smile. And if Spanish is your language, si el español es su lengua materna, yo puedo ayudarle con el inglés. Okay, so please, venga por favor. Please come out. I'm happy to help. I'm excited to help. Can you tell? So come on out. The next session is December 5th. The QR code just asks you to answer a few questions so that I can better prepare myself to help you. So please come out. If you see me and you want to ask a question, ask me. Call the church office, send an email. But I'm excited to help you. Please come.
And viewers, with that, we take a word from our sponsors. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hello, and welcome to today's episode of Pop the Balloon or Find the Connection. Let's meet our first contender, ladies. Okay, Joey, so do you have any toxic traits?
I'm very restrictive. I don't give more time. What you get is what you get. I don't like to give unlimited time. That's it.
Okay, can you tell us why you popped your balloon?
That's a little too restricted for me.
Thank you for coming. Okay, ladies, so let's meet our second contender.
Sorry, excuse me. Why did you pop a balloon? I could give you minutes, data, unlimited call, overseas call, fiber. What else you need?
My friend used to date you. You are a scam. She used to pay for everything and more. Nothing to offer.
Okay, ladies, let's welcome our last contender. You look nice. Can you tell us your name?
Thank you. My name is Christian Charles Thomas. They call me C Sweetie.
What do you have to offer these ladies?
Well, security, trust, unlimited time, and I'm pretty fast.
Okay, so do you have any deal breakers?
Nah, but here's my number. 444-4444. Y tú, vida ilimitada.
Okay, guys, so no pop balloons.
For a fast, reliable, and secure connection for your personal or business life, call us at 444-4444 or visit any of our CCT stores and we'll get you connected with the perfect match for you.
The wait is over. CCT Fire is here. Experience ultra-fast downloads, seamless streaming, and even more reliable connectivity on an all-new fire-blazing super-fast CCT Fiber network. CCT Fire. Bring it home and upgrade today.
Welcome back and thank you so much for staying with us. MASSIAH was a dynamic force at the BVI Literary Festival, leading thought-provoking discussions that highlighted the richness of Caribbean storytelling. A seasoned instructional designer and cultural advocate, MASSIAH's lifelong passion for preserving and promoting her heritage was evident throughout the event. She reflected with To It For Media on the importance of having such discussions.
BVI LITFEST, like Brookton Caribbean LITFEST, of which I'm the founder, we haven't innovated anything. As in, like, we're kind of building on this tradition, a literary tradition that Calabash Lit Festival that happens every 2 years in Jamaica has started, and Bocas Lit Fest in Trinidad is doing, right? So Bocas Lit Fest is annual. My festival is 6 years old. They're much older. BVI is turning 5, so this is their 4th year. So we're building on a platform that already exists. Like, we didn't make anything up, but what we're doing is drawing on what is uniquely rich about the spaces that we live in. For you, it's BVI, right, and kind of all these surrounding territories. And for me, it's the Caribbean diasporic experience. And that is why it's important, because what it does is that it dispels the kind of monolithic idea of what being a Caribbean person is, and it goes to the heart of what makes the territory special. And I think that's where we're going to get the most bang for our buck. I think that's when we think of literacy and our literature as renewable resources. Like, it's not oil, it's not tourism that it's extractive in nature, but what it's doing is building up the collective esteem of our people and also offering opportunities to nurture and nourish our creative sector. It's a win-win. Like, there's no way, and I think that all Caribbean islands, once they can, should initiate one or partner with someone else, which is part of Dr. Richard George's vision. For him, it's how do we feed off of each other, how do we lend and shape each other's enterprises so that the region and the Caribbean people, as I describe us as a civilization, can better ourselves.
Right, and I just have one more question for you, because you have been part of some very engaging, thought-provoking conversations this week. What words do you have for people who would have been at the festival and opened up to some of the talents we have in the region, some of the art that exists, and felt like you were speaking directly to them? They felt touched, but they're not sure where to go from here. You know, what would you say to them?
Well, I'm very honored that I was able to have that impact on any guest who attended. My first words and no one needs this advice, it's kind of like a matter of fact that there's a story in everything. There's a story in your family, there's a story inside of you, and we tend to think of stories in this very reductive ways that they belong on the page. Sure, some stories make it to the page and deserve to be shared, and by the way, everybody should be buying a book. So the first thing is buy a book by a Caribbean writer. They're writing to save their lives, they're writing to save us, they're writing, as we heard today, for posterity. They're writing because so much of our history has been carried down the oral line, and if we don't write our stories, then they're going to be lost, or someone else is going to write them for us. So like, that's the one thing, right? The other thing that I'm going to say to everyone who has arrived or can influence someone else for being here is find a way to talk about these stories among us. Like, we have to talk about them. Like, that's the way that we can own, that's the way we're going to move forward. And having the conversation with someone else, you might be stimulating them to get their story out on the page. At our organization, I always say that Caribbean writers are writing every day to save us. And I think that they deserve to be promoted, but it's also important for us to look at the ways that Caribbean existence, just like being a Caribbean person, is an act of storytelling. And we should find a way to look beyond the limited view of what a story is and just give it a chance. It could be a play, it could be a song, it could be a dance, right? Like, find one person, one cause, support them, adopt that cause, and we will see how our industry grows. Yeah.
I'm very happy I kept that for the last question, because what a note to end things on. I'm going to let you get back into the vibes, and of course, I think you're hooked at this point, so we'll likely see you next year at BVI LITFEST.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And for the people behind the camera, for the arranger, the organizers, for the transport teams, for those who have been handling our logistics and serving us food, like, we genuinely love you. We thank you for your service. You're the unsung heroes of this entire movement.
And viewers, that's it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for daily news updates at 284media.com. Like us on Facebook at 284media and 284BVI on Instagram, Threads, and X, formerly Twitter. I'm Jacques Wooding, and I'm hoping you have a safe and enjoyable weekend. Goodbye.